Our lives often feel like a whirlwind, don't they? A constant rush from one task to the next, leaving us feeling drained and disconnected. But what if I told you there's a profound yet simple way to reclaim your peace and purpose? It doesn't involve radical life changes or escaping to a mountaintop. Instead, it begins with the quiet, intentional choices you make each morning. Inspired by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, we're going to explore how transforming your mornings can create a ripple effect, bringing tranquility and purpose to your entire life. This isn't just about productivity hacks, it's about cultivating a mindset that empowers you to live deliberately every single day. So, let's dive in. The power of the dawn, cultivating a mindful morning routine. 1. Plan with purpose. Imagine setting sail without a compass. You might drift, but you'd hardly reach your desired destination. Our days are much the same. Without a clear direction, we often find ourselves swept up in urgent but unimportant tasks, reacting to every incoming email or notification. This is where the power of planning with purpose comes in. It doesn't require an elaborate project management system. Sometimes the simplest acts yield the greatest returns. Before you go to bed or first thing in the morning, take just 5 minutes to jot down your top 3 priorities for the next day. These aren't just random tasks. These are the activities that will move you closer to your most important goals, both personal and professional. Perhaps it's completing a crucial report, spending quality time with a loved one, or dedicating an hour to a passion project. This small act serves several powerful functions. Firstly, it provides clarity. You wake up with a clear sense of what truly matters, cutting through the noise and distractions that often derail our mornings. Secondly, it fosters a feeling of purpose. You're not just going through the motions, you're actively choosing how to invest your limited time and energy. Thirdly, and perhaps most importantly, it shifts you from a reactive state to a proactive one. Instead of letting the day dictate your actions, you dictate the day. You become the architect of your time, ensuring that your energy is directed towards what genuinely contributes to your life's purpose. This small, consistent habit ensures you are always moving forward with intention, rather than just reacting to the demands of the world. 2. Prioritize well-being over instant gratification. We've all been there. The alarm goes off and the first instinct is to grab our phone. We scroll through social media, checked emails, and before we know it, we're caught in a digital current, pulled away from ourselves before the day has even truly begun. This immediate dive into the digital world is a classic example of instant gratification taking precedence over true well-being. Think about it. How often do you feel truly refreshed after 20 minutes of mindless scrolling in bed? More often than not, it leaves us feeling more scattered, more anxious, and already behind before our feet even hit the floor. The Stoics understood the importance of intentional action. They would argue that to truly thrive, we must choose actions that serve our long-term flourishing, not just our immediate desires. Instead of reaching for your phone, consider a different approach. Try limiting screen time for at least an hour before bed. This isn't about deprivation, it's about giving your mind the clear signal it needs to wind down. Imagine you're preparing a garden for rest. You wouldn't blast loud music and bright lights, would you? You'd create a calm, nurturing environment. The same applies to your mind. By dimming the lights, engaging in a calming activity like reading a physical book or simply having a quiet conversation, you're cueing your brain to transition into a state of rest. The result? Deeper, more restorative sleep and a morning where you wake up feeling genuinely refreshed, not just awake. This simple shift isn't about denying yourself relaxation, it's about choosing a higher quality of rest that truly rejuvenates your mind and body. It's about being proactive in preparing for a good night's sleep rather than reactive to the distractions around you. 3. Leverage small acts of discipline. We often associate discipline with grand, arduous tasks, running a marathon, writing a novel, or mastering a complex skill. While these certainly require discipline, the Stoics understood that true discipline is built upon a foundation of small, consistent acts. These seemingly trivial actions are far more powerful than we give them credit for. Consider the simple act of placing your alarm clock across the room. It's a minor inconvenience, isn't it? But that small discomfort forces you to physically get out of bed, breaking the inertia of sleep. It's a tiny victory against the urge to hit snooze, a subtle declaration that you are in control. Similarly, making your bed each morning isn't just about tidiness. It's about creating order in your environment and, by extension, in your mind. It's an immediate, tangible accomplishment that sets a positive tone for the rest of your day. It's a promise you make to yourself and keep. These small victories are more than just tasks. They are exercises in commitment and statements of self-care. Each time you choose to do something slightly inconvenient but ultimately beneficial, you reinforce the type of person you aspire to be: disciplined, intentional, and proactive. They are the building blocks of a truly disciplined life, gradually strengthening your willpower and self-control. Think of it like a muscle. The more you exercise it with these small acts, the stronger it becomes, preparing you for the larger challenges life inevitably throws your way. These micro-habits, seemingly insignificant on their own, cumulatively forge a powerful sense of personal agency and self-mastery. Navigating challenges with wisdom and resilience. 4. Embrace self-compassion and patience. Life is a messy, unpredictable journey, and setbacks are not just possible, they are inevitable. We are human, prone to mistakes, missed goals, and days when our best intentions fall flat. In our pursuit of self-improvement, it's all too easy to fall into the trap of self-criticism and harsh judgment when we stumble. However, the Stoic path offers a more profound and ultimately more effective approach: self-compassion and understanding. Imagine you've committed to waking up early to exercise, but one morning you sleep through your alarm. The immediate reaction might be a torrent of negative self-talk. "I'm so undisciplined. I'll never stick to anything. I've ruined my progress." This internal monologue, however, is counterproductive. It drains your energy, erodes your self-belief, and makes it harder to get back on track. Instead, the Stoic approach encourages you to acknowledge the setback without judgment. See it for what it is: a moment where your actions didn't align with your intentions. Don't beat yourself up. Instead, practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a dear friend who made a similar mistake. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Perhaps you went to bed too late, or your alarm wasn't loud enough. Then, crucially, see the next morning as a fresh opportunity. The past is over, the future is unwritten. Each new day offers a blank slate, a chance to begin again with renewed commitment. This approach doesn't condone laziness, rather it fosters resilience and wisdom. It teaches you to bounce back quickly from setbacks, to adapt, and to learn from your experiences rather than being defined by them. It's about being in it for the long haul, understanding that progress is rarely linear, and that true growth comes from embracing both successes and failures with equanimity. This gentle yet firm approach builds a robust internal framework, ensuring you remain steadfast on your path even when the road gets bumpy. 5. Persevere with consistent waking. If there's one habit that profoundly anchors your day, it's consistent waking at the same time. This isn't just about adhering to a schedule, it's a powerful declaration that you are in control of how you begin your day, and by extension, how you shape your life. It's a cornerstone habit that establishes a stable foundation, sending a clear signal to your body and mind about when the day truly begins. Your circadian rhythm, your internal clock, thrives on consistency, and aligning with it can dramatically improve your energy levels, mood, and overall well-being. However, let's be honest, consistency can be incredibly challenging, especially in the early days. The lure of the warm bed, the fatigue from a late night, or the sheer inertia of sleep can feel overwhelming. This is precisely where the Stoic practice of perseverance becomes your most valuable ally. When you feel that urge to hit snooze, or when the thought of getting up early feels insurmountable, take a moment to remind yourself of your why. Why are you doing this? Is it to gain more time for personal development, to exercise, to spend quiet moments in reflection? Connect with that deeper motivation. Visualize the person you are becoming through this discipline, someone who is intentional, proactive, and master of their own time. Perseverance isn't about being rigidly unyielding. It's about having the inner strength to continue despite difficulties, to embrace the discomfort knowing it serves a higher purpose. It's about showing up for yourself day after day, even when you don't feel like it. Each time you push through the initial resistance, you strengthen your resolve and reinforce the habit. Over time, what once felt like a battle will transform into a natural rhythm, a testament to your unwavering commitment to your own well-being and purposeful living. Cultivating a sanctuary, your morning environment. 6. Create a digital-free morning space. In our perpetually always-on world, where notifications constantly vie for our attention, it's increasingly vital to safeguard our personal space and time, especially in the delicate hours of the morning. The constant barrage of digital clamor, emails, social media updates, news alerts, can immediately pull us out of ourselves and into a reactive, externally driven mindset. This is why dedicating the first hour of your day to being digital-free isn't a luxury, it's an investment in your mental and emotional well-being. Imagine stepping into a quiet, sunlit room, taking a deep breath, and letting go of the digital noise. That's the essence of creating a digital-free morning space. Instead of immediately engaging with screens, dedicate this precious time to activities that truly nourish your soul and sharpen your mind. This could mean reading a physical book that inspires you or expands your knowledge. Perhaps it's journaling, where you can freely explore your thoughts, feelings, and aspirations without interruption. Or it might simply be enjoying quiet reflection, perhaps over a cup of tea or coffee, observing the world outside your window, or simply being present with your own thoughts. This is your time to connect with yourself before the demands of the external world intrude. This isn't wasted time. It's an active and conscious investment in creating a reservoir of peace and focus that you can draw upon throughout the day. By starting your day grounded, centered, and undistracted, you cultivate a sense of inner calm and clarity. This allows you to approach the day's challenges from a place of strength and intentionality rather than being swept away by external pressures. It's about reclaiming your mornings as sacred time, a personal sanctuary where you can recharge, reflect, and prepare your mind for the day ahead. 7. Cultivate calm with breathing and meditation. In our fast-paced world, stress often feels like an unwelcome, constant companion. Our minds race, our bodies tense, and finding genuine calm can seem like an impossible feat. Yet, ancient philosophies, including Stoicism, understood the profound power of practices that might seem like fluff to the modern busy mind: deep breathing and meditation. Far from being trivial, these are powerful, accessible tools to actively calm your nervous system, quiet your mind, and prepare your body for restorative rest. Consider the simple act of deep breathing. When we're stressed, our breathing becomes shallow and rapid. By intentionally slowing down your breath, taking deep inhales that fill your diaphragm and long, slow exhales, you send a direct signal to your body that it's safe to relax. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, lowering your heart rate, reducing muscle tension, and calming the incessant chatter of your mind. It's like hitting a reset button for your internal state. Meditation, in its simplest form, is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It can be as simple as focusing on your breath, observing your thoughts as they arise and pass without getting caught up in them, or gently bringing your awareness to your senses. Even just 5 or 10 minutes of dedicated meditation can create a profound shift. It reduces the cortisol levels associated with stress, improves your ability to focus, and cultivates a greater sense of emotional regulation. Incorporating these practices into your morning or even evening is an investment in both your physical and mental refreshment. By consciously choosing to slow down and create inner stillness, you're not only reducing stress in the moment, but also building resilience against future pressures. It's about teaching your body and mind to find their natural state of calm, providing a solid foundation of inner peace from which to navigate the complexities of daily life. Embracing Stoic principles for a fulfilling life. 8. Embrace what you can control. This is arguably the most fundamental and liberating principle of Stoicism, the clear distinction between what is within our control and what is not. So much of our anxiety, frustration, and suffering stems from attempting to exert influence over things that are fundamentally outside our power. We worry about the weather, the opinions of others, global events, or unexpected setbacks. The Stoics teach us to radically accept this reality and, more importantly, to focus our precious energy solely on what we can influence. Consider your morning. You can't control if your commute will be smooth, if an unexpected email will demand your attention, or if someone will be rude to you. These are external circumstances. However, you absolutely can influence how you start your day, your actions, your responses, and your mindset. For example, you can choose to wake up at a consistent time. You can choose to engage in a calming morning ritual like meditation or journaling. You can choose how you react to an unforeseen obstacle, with frustration or with a calm, problem-solving attitude. You can choose to cultivate a mindset of gratitude regardless of external circumstances. By diligently focusing your energy on these controllable aspects, you immediately release the immense burden of worrying about the uncontrollable. This doesn't mean becoming passive or indifferent to the world. It means understanding where your power truly lies. When you direct your energy inward, towards your character, your choices, and your internal responses, you cultivate an incredible sense of agency and inner peace. This practice isn't about ignoring problems, it's about strategically deploying your mental and emotional resources where they can actually make a difference, thereby liberating yourself from the tyranny of external events and fostering profound inner tranquility. 9. Harness the power of accountability. While Stoicism often emphasizes individual self-mastery, it also subtly acknowledges the value of community and shared wisdom. In our modern context, one powerful way to leverage this wisdom is through accountability. Sharing your goals with a supportive accountability partner can significantly amplify your chances of success, transforming a solitary journey into a shared adventure. Imagine you're striving to implement a new morning routine, perhaps waking up an hour earlier to read. While your internal motivation is strong, there will inevitably be days when that motivation wanes. This is where an accountability partner steps in. This person isn't a judge, they are an ally, a co-conspirator in your journey towards self-improvement. They can offer encouragement when you feel like giving up, reminding you of your why. They can provide fresh insights, perhaps suggesting strategies you hadn't considered. And, crucially, they can offer gentle nudges when you deviate from your path. Knowing that someone else is aware of your goals and checking in can be an incredibly powerful motivator. It adds an external layer of commitment that complements your internal resolve. This relationship echoes the Stoic emphasis on community and shared wisdom. The Stoics often learned from each other, engaged in philosophical discussions, and held each other to high ethical standards. An accountability partner embodies this spirit, creating a supportive framework that makes it easier to stay consistent and resilient. It's about creating a safe space where you can share your struggles and triumphs, knowing you have someone in your corner cheering you on and helping you stay true to your commitments. This shared journey makes the path to personal growth less lonely and far more achievable. 10. Reflect on mortality. This Stoic practice, often encapsulated by the Latin phrase memento mori, remember that you must die, might sound morbid at first glance. However, its true purpose is profoundly life-affirming and entirely aligned with living with greater purpose and intention. It's not about dwelling on death itself, but rather using the finite nature of life as a powerful catalyst for living more fully in the present moment. In our daily lives, we often get caught up in trivialities, anxieties, and future worries. We postpone our dreams, delay important conversations, and take for granted the people and opportunities around us. Reflecting on mortality serves as a stark yet compassionate reminder that our time is limited. Every sunrise is a gift, and every breath is precious. By periodically bringing the awareness of your own mortality to the forefront of your mind, you are prompted to concentrate on what truly matters. This might mean prioritizing meaningful relationships, Are you truly connecting with your loved ones, or are you letting busyness get in the way? Pursuing your passions. Are you actively engaging in what brings you joy and fulfillment, or are you waiting for someday? Making the most of each gifted day. Are you living deliberately, or are you letting days slip by in a blur of routine and distraction? Cultivating gratitude. When you remember how precious and fleeting life is, it becomes easier to appreciate the simple joys and blessings that often go unnoticed. This perspective fosters profound gratitude for the present moment and builds immense resilience in the face of challenges. When you understand that life is impermanent, setbacks and difficulties become less overwhelming. You learn to approach them with a sense of perspective, knowing that even these trials are part of the brief, precious journey. Memento mori doesn't make life sadder. It makes it richer, more urgent, and deeply meaningful, encouraging you to live each day with unparalleled purpose and presence. 11. Practice negative visualization. At first glance, the Stoic practice of negative visualization might seem counterintuitive, even pessimistic. Why would anyone intentionally imagine challenges or losses they might face? Yet this powerful tool is precisely the opposite of pessimism. It is a sophisticated method for building resilience, cultivating gratitude, and preparing oneself for life's inevitable curveballs. In our default state, we often take our blessings for granted: our health, our relationships, our possessions, our peace of mind. When something unexpected happens, like a job loss, a sudden illness, or a conflict with a loved one, we are often blindsided and emotionally overwhelmed. Negative visualization helps inoculate us against this shock. The practice involves periodically and calmly imagining the potential loss or absence of things you value. For example, imagine losing your current job. How would you cope? What steps would you take? Visualize a loved one being absent from your life. What qualities would you miss? Consider a day where your plans completely fall apart. How would you react? This isn't about dwelling on negativity. It's about mentally rehearsing how you would cope and respond if these challenges were to occur. By doing so, you achieve several critical benefits. Emotional preparation. You develop an emotional fire drill. When an actual difficulty arises, you're less likely to be thrown into a panic, as you've already considered the scenario and your potential response. This reduces anxiety and fosters a sense of readiness. Reduced impact of setbacks. Because you've already contemplated potential adversities, the actual occurrence of a setback is less jarring and debilitating. You've mentally processed it, making it easier to accept and adapt. Deepened gratitude. Paradoxically, this practice profoundly deepens your gratitude for the present moment. When you imagine the absence of something you cherish, you immediately become more aware of its value in your life right now. This shifts your focus from what's lacking to the abundance that currently exists, fostering a rich sense of appreciation for what you have while you still have it. Negative visualization transforms you from a fragile bystander of fate into a resilient agent who is mentally and emotionally prepared for whatever life may bring, all while cultivating a profound appreciation for the blessings of the here and now. Concluding your day with intentionality. 12. End your day with gratitude. Just as the morning sets the tone for your day, how you conclude your day significantly impacts your sleep quality and your readiness for the morning ahead. One of the simplest yet most profound practices you can adopt is ending your day with gratitude. Keeping a gratitude journal or even just mentally listing things you're grateful for before bed is a powerful way to shift your focus from what might be lacking or stressful to the abundance present in your life. Throughout the day, it's easy for our minds to get caught in a negativity bias, replaying mistakes, grievances, or worries. This can make it difficult to unwind, leading to restless sleep and a carryover of stress into the next morning. A gratitude practice acts as a mental reset button. Before you drift off to sleep, take a few moments to recall at least 3 things you are genuinely grateful for from the day. It doesn't have to be grand gestures. It can be small, simple things. I'm grateful for the warm cup of tea I had this morning. I appreciate the laugh I shared with a colleague. I'm thankful for the quiet moment I had to read. I'm grateful for my health, which allowed me to walk today. This simple act performs several vital functions. Shifts focus. It consciously redirects your attention away from problems and towards positivity, creating a more peaceful mental landscape. Primes for peaceful sleep. By fostering positive emotions and reducing mental clutter, gratitude helps calm your mind and body, preparing you for deeper, more restorative sleep. You're less likely to fall asleep ruminating on anxieties. Sets the stage for a purposeful awakening. Waking up after a night steeped in gratitude often leads to a more positive and appreciative awakening. You start your next day with a sense of well-being and a refreshed perspective, ready to approach new challenges with a positive mindset. Ending your day with gratitude is a conscious choice to embrace optimism and appreciation. It closes your day on a high note, anchors your mind in positivity, and lays the groundwork for not just a good night's sleep, but a consistently more purposeful and appreciative life. The ripple effect. By integrating these 12 principles into your daily rhythm, you're not just changing your mornings, you're embarking on a journey of profound self-transformation. These aren't rigid rules, but flexible guidelines, inviting you to experiment and discover what truly resonates with you. Remember, consistency, self-compassion, and perseverance are your most valuable companions on this path. Imagine waking up not with a sense of dread, but with quiet excitement and purpose. Imagine navigating your day with greater calm, clarity, and resilience. This isn't a distant dream. It's an achievable reality, one intentional morning at a time. What small step will you take tomorrow morning to begin this transformative journey?